A lawsuit has been filed against the Trump administration, alleging that its executive orders targeting diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, initiatives violate the Constitution and are causing widespread confusion and disruption on college campuses nationwide. The plaintiffs, a coalition of higher education groups representing college professors, university diversity officers, and other stakeholders, argue that the orders represent an unconstitutional overreach of executive power and a blatant attack on academic freedom. At the heart of the dispute are several executive orders issued by the Trump administration. These orders mandate that the Department of Education and other relevant federal agencies develop and implement strategies to eliminate what the administration terms illegal discrimination and preferences associated with DEI programs. The orders specifically target DEI initiatives, directing agencies to identify and recommend measures to curtail or eliminate such programs entirely. This includes, but is not limited to, the elimination of DEI-related positions within government agencies and the implementation of policies aimed at achieving a supposedly colorblind approach to higher education. The lawsuit alleges that the administration's actions constitute a direct threat to the principles of academic freedom and institutional autonomy. The plaintiffs contend that the executive orders represent an attempt to impose a narrow and potentially discriminatory viewpoint on higher education institutions, stifling open dialogue and critical inquiry on matters of race, gender, and other social issues crucial to understanding and addressing societal inequalities. Furthermore, the lawsuit emphasizes the chilling effect that these orders have on the ability of universities to foster inclusive and welcoming environments for students and faculty from diverse backgrounds. The president's accompanying threats to withhold federal funding from institutions that fail to comply with these orders are a central element of the lawsuit. The plaintiffs argue that this financial coercion compels universities to abandon their commitments to DEI initiatives, effectively silencing dissenting voices and potentially creating a climate of fear and self-censorship. The loss of federal funding, they argue, would be particularly devastating for many institutions, leading to significant cuts in research funding across various disciplines, including critical areas such as public health and medical research. The potential consequences of this funding reduction are far-reaching, potentially hindering progress on vital research projects and impacting the training and development of future generations of researchers and scholars. The lawsuit asserts that the Trump administration's actions are not only unconstitutional, but also profoundly detrimental to the pursuit of knowledge, the fostering of inclusive communities, and the advancement of social justice within higher education. The plaintiffs are seeking injunctive relief to prevent the enforcement of these executive orders and to protect the ability of colleges and universities to maintain their commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion without fear of reprisal from the federal government. The legal challenge will ultimately determine whether the administration's actions are justified or whether they represent an unacceptable infringement on the fundamental rights and freedoms of higher education institutions and their communities. The outcome of this case will have significant implications for the future of DEI initiatives in higher education and the broader landscape of academic freedom in the United States.